Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? This is Random Roller 68. Yes, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Awesome. So today we're gonna do the 678 can't lose. We're gonna do a $500 buy-in. We're gonna do a $25 don't, a $12 6, $12 8. We're gonna go through 10 shooters. So you have 25, 49 times 10 is 490. We'll definitely have a little bit of money left over, but hopefully we'll have a lot. So basically what we'll do is we'll do a don't pass. Then we'll do a 6-8. If the 6 or 8 is the same as the don't, if it's, let's say for example the point 6, I'll go to the 5. If the point is 8, I'll go to the 9. Any other points, we got the 6 and 8. One caveat, we can be short because if we get knocked off on the don't before we even get a chance to get a point established, they'll kind of mess it up. So without further ado, we're going to go through this. First shooter, oops, forgot we posted a $25 don't. 314. That's actually a good number for the don't typically. You'll toss in a quarter, ask for a $12 6 and 8. You'll get $1 change. And we are set up. Mark that 4 over here. Hope everyone's had a good couple weeks. Hope you enjoyed the game. 617. All right, so that's not terrible. These will lose. This will win. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring $1 back to our rack. Puck will go off because we lost 24. Made 25, $1 up, 24 back. So those are up and off. But that's our first shooter. And we'll just put the dice here. Nice blue and green dice. But we're up to $1 profit so far. Here we go. 6. All right, the point's gonna be 6. We're moves over to a 5. Take the $2 up to our rack. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people said it was a boring Super Bowl, but it was just a defensive masterclass. 8 easy. $12 to pay 14. So we're gonna bring that first hit up to our rack. Yeah, of course I'm biased. I'm a Seahawk fan, so of course I loved it. 415, so pay 14. Bring that up to our rack. All right, now on third hits and beyond, we could either press, we could spread out, whatever we want to do. Here we go. 8 again. All right, that's a hard 8 to pay 14. I'm going to take a $10 9, bring $4 up to my rack. But yeah, like I said, I really appreciate everyone that's been subscribing, been watching our videos. If you haven't seen yet, we have been monetized. Haven't gotten a check yet because we haven't gotten too far. All right, so that's a 426 point. We're going to lose the don't. So we've already had a few hits, so it's kind of up to us what we want to do. Like I said, someone else is shooting. We're just gonna let the bets stay where they are. Ooh, 12. There we go. It's a great number for the bonuses. We didn't have a pass line because we're just hanging out. 325. Points 5. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop $2 in, move it over to a 6, and probably just play this out. Hopefully we get a couple more hits. 10, hard 10. But yeah, so like I said, really appreciate everyone's support. Hopefully you guys like what you're seeing. 415. It's a good thing we didn't go back on that the don't. We would have lost another 25 bucks. 369. Points 9. We're gonna leave the money on the 9. The shooter's been hitting some points. Here we go. 4, 2, 6. 6 easy. Pays 14. $4 to our rack. We're gonna pick up the 5. Hopefully we can continue to get some hits here. Inside numbers 9, that's a point. See, that worked out good. We're gonna get paid 14. We're gonna press the 6 and the 8 up. Take $2 to our rack. Puck goes off, which we know in my world is just putting it against the back wall. All right, here we go. A yo would be great. Aces, that's a good number. All right, like I said, we're not paying. That would have been good on the don't. So we would have had 1 win on the don't, 1 lose on the don't. 6, 6, midnight. Look at that, we've had 2 midnights, 1 aces. Where's that 3 at? 1, 3, 4. Little Joe. All right, come on, 3, 11. But we just want box numbers. 8's perfect. 18's gonna pay 21. We're gonna drop $1 from our rack. Press the 6 and 8. Collect $10 to our rack. Here we go. Yep, love the dice. 6, 4, 10, another 10 on the end. Since we're on the regular craps table. At least that side. We all know what's on the other side. All right, so we have 24, so they pay 28. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move that quarter over here, quarter on the 5, little cross press action, bring up some money to the rack. 5 would be a good number right now. 6, 6, another midnight. I think that's 3 midnights on this shooter. Wish we were on the crap list, right? And 3, 4, 7. All right, so I don't know if the video shows, but we needed a 3 and an 11 for the alls. But we rolled 3 12s and some aces. So, all this is gonna lose. Puck goes off. Overall, pretty good shooter though. We made some profit. We had some really good bets starting to get built up. All right, so that's 2 shooters down. Coming out for a 3rd shooter. We're just sitting in the corner, letting everybody else shoot. 4, 2, 6. So we're gonna drop out 10 and 2. Remember what we said, if the point's 6, we'll go to the 5. We got an 8. So we need an 8 or 5 would be the best numbers. Here we go. 4, 2, 6. All right. So that one was the first time I got knocked off right out the gate without even getting a point. We've had some pretty good shooters coming in today. Coming out. 6, 5 yo. There's that yo that we needed. It was only 2 rolls late for hitting the talls. But that's usually how it works. 3, 2, 5. Bucks will go to 5. We're gonna drop in $2. Move us to the 6. Mark that 5. Here we go. 6 or 8. Hey, look at that. The 2 numbers we needed came within the first 4 rolls. We rolled the 11 and the ace deuce. This is the 2 we were missing. 3, 4, 7. That's how it works. 1, 7 was in the middle of the alls. All right, so what we'll do, we'll just drop a quarter in, get $1 change, pick up our pass line, our bets are off. That was 3 shooters down. Clear these bonuses. It's kind of funny how that works with the bonuses. And that's what gets people chasing them. 5, 3, 8. So we're gonna move that to the 9. $2 to our rack. There we go. I'm on 6. 6. There we go. So pay 14. Remember the first one, we gotta go ahead and collect it. Looking for 2 hits. Five, 3, 8. Once again, get the point knocked off. That's what happens when we roll out 6s and 8s, so it's just, you know, gonna happen. All right, coming out, looking for a new point. 6, 3, 9. All right, so I think we're just let the 6 and 9 marinate. Hopefully we get a hit on them. 6, 1, 7. Good thing we didn't add any more money, but overall that roll wasn't great. Here we go. We are 4 shooters deep. Puck will go off. Yeah, I'm really hoping to get some more, you know, comments, interaction, seeing what people are liking, what they're not liking. So please, good, bad, let me know. 2, 3, 5. No field 5. We have the right change. We can just drop in 24. Get us 6 and 8. Now we're set up the way we need to be. Oh, up and down trick shot. 1, 3. Little Joe. Here we go. 3, 4, 7. So that goes, but we do get the don't, so we make $1. And our bets are set up, not working, but that is the end of that shooter. And here we go, on to the next. 3, 1, 4. That's a good don't. Here we go, 6 and 8. 3, 2, 5. No field 5. Lots of 5s. Aces. Dots in both spots. Come on, shooter. 4, 1, 5 again. Yeah, I was up at Horseshoe up in Blackhawk yesterday. Guy walked up the table had been rough. And he walks up, asks how it's going, we tell him it's rough. He's like, oh, don't worry, I'm here. And he rolled the alls, so it was pretty cool. All right, 7, 5, 2. So puck goes off. We lose these. We get a quarter. So we're gonna bring $1 to our rack. Our bets are back up. And they are off. As far as the place bets go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go, shooter number 7. Lucky 7, right? Yo, 11. So that's not good. So, don't pass loses. We drop a quarter. We're back on the don't. Yeah, that's how it works. Lucky 7, we roll 11s. 5, 1, 6. Puck goes to 6. $2 to our rack. Looking for a 5 or an 8. 5, there we go, $14. We're gonna drop 1 for 15. We have a bunch of whites in our rack. Your dealers that recognize that ask you to drop $1. At least they should recognize it. Just depends what's going on. 2, 1, 3. Yep, now that 3 is a common number since it's not the lonely one. Here we go, 5 and 8. 3 again. See, they're just teasing us now, all these 3s. Come on, 5, 8. 3, 1, 4. There we go. Looking for that 5 and 8 shooter, come on. 5 and 8. Yo, 11. Look at that, we've rolled on this shooter alone 2 yos and 2 ace deuces, which shooter number 2 is the only numbers he needed. 4, 2, 6, all right. More hot shooters, quarter is gonna lose. We're just let our bets right out. Aces. Ding, ding, ding. We just rolled the smalls. Well, the shooter, not us. We're not on it. 5, 1, 6, right back in that same hole. We're gonna leave the 5 and 8 out there, let it ride out. 4, 1, 5, good call. Pays 14. Remember, we do gotta collect that one. Oops, here we go. Put these $4 back, another $1 back. We're supposed to do 15 for 1. All right. 5 and 8. 5 and 8 would be great. 9, Nina 9, center field. 5, 4. Come on, 5 and 8. 5, there we go. So, let's pay 15 for 1. We're gonna drop $2 more in. Get the 6, bring a nickel up to our rack. All right, 5, 6, and 8 are great. 5, so pay 15 for 1. $5 to our rack. Pick up the 9 for 10. All right, got the inside covered now. Start looking for some good hits here. 6, 4, 10. 10 on the end. There we go. Come on, 5, 6, 8, or 9. 10 again, hard 10 this time. Don't bet on the 10, it's a trap. 5, 6, 8, or 9. 5, look at that 5 go. All right, pays 15 for 1. 5 and 9 go up. Bring a nickel back to our rack. Come on, 5, 6, 8, 9. 12. Look at that, here we go. Now this actually happened yesterday. We were on the crapless table though. Lady rolled a 12 a few times, aces, 3. She could not roll an 8, and look at this. We are right in that situation. Needed 8. Can we get an 8? 5, 1, 6, that's a point, which is fine. Because remember, we're off of here. So let's pay 15 for 1, drop $1. We're gonna collect that time. We're really hoping for an 8. All these people at the table playing those bonuses, looking for that 8. Yo 11. Another yo. The shooter's rolling the heck out of those horns. Come on, 8. 5, 4, 1, 5. Point will be on 5. Here we go. Looking for that 8. 8 would be great. 7. Look at that, just like in real life yesterday. An 8 was left for the alls. Kind of crazy. All right, so that's gonna go off. Good thing we collected a couple times, so it's not terrible. We're gonna drop 10, 20, 24, leave our 6 and 8 up at 12 each. Put a quarter in the don't. The place bets are off. Shooter number 8. Ironically, here comes an 8 probably. Nope, 5, 2, 7. So that actually loses in the don't. Quarter replaces that. It's a terrible start. Here we go. 5, 1, 6. $2 back to the rack. We still haven't seen an 8 in quite a while. Here we go. 5 or 8. 8, there it is. You knew it was coming. Drop $1. 15. We'll collect that one. So both times we've been close, we've hit the needed numbers within a few rolls. Just how it works. 5, 4, 9. Center field 9. All right, we're looking for another 5 or 8. 9 again. Center field. 6, 4, 10. 10 on the end on this side of the table. Here we go. 3, 1, 4, the other side. Here we go, looking for that 5 or 8. 6. Of course, we get knocked off on the dope again. Just hot shooters today. Except for when it doesn't help us. Here we go. 6, 4, 10, 10 on the end. See, that'd be a good time for a don't. Well, we've only got one hit, so we're looking to get another hit on this 5 or 8. 8, there we go. We're gonna drop $1 for 15. All right, another hit will be good here. 617, not gonna happen. So what we'll do is we'll drop $2. Actually, that doesn't work. We need to drop another 2, and then 20. So now we're back on those numbers properly. Your don't pass. And then we move on to shooter number 9. Here we go, shooter number 9. 426. Look at that. A 6, a 6, a 6. All these points of 6. We should just, put a place bet down or something, because we're going to hit this 6. Our don't is history. 224. Hard 4. I know we're going to lose our don't. It's bound to happen. 213. Look at that. Almost every shooter except for that one. But we did have a small side hit, so it wasn't completely waste. Yo 11. Look at that, back to back. The ace deuce and the yo. Hitting midnight. Man, I cannot make this stuff up. This is craziness. A 3, 11, 12. Can we get aces? 2, 3, 5. There we go. So, dollar for 15. All right, here we go. Looking for that 5 and 8. 9. Center field 9. Come on, 5, 8, 6. I told you this was 100% losing, guaranteed. All right, here we go. Looking for a new point. 617. We needed the 2, the 8, and the 10. Beep, beep, beep. Almost got there. It's like an old math problem. 2 plus 8 is 10. That's what we were missing. But the same shooter is still rolling the dice, looking for a point. Midnight, look at that. This guy's like, hey, you take away my horn mark, I get it right back. Midnight. 9. Center field 9. All right, looking for a 5 and 8. We need another hit here, especially getting knocked off on that 6 again. 6, 4, 10. Remember, that's what we were missing. We were missing the 10, the 8, and the 2. Same shooter. Can he get the 8? No one's been rolling 8s. 2, 1, 3. This guy, we need to take this shooter up to the crapless side. He is rolling horns like crazy. 5, 3, 8. There's that 8. Drop $1. Collect 15. All right, here we go. Mark that 8. And the 9, that's our point. Here we go. Need that yo for the tall. Ace deuce again. Another horn number by this shooter. And 527. All right. That was shooter number 9. I think we lost a little bit. So 10, 20, 22, 23, 24. Now we have our 6 and 8 at 12 each. Quarter on the don't pass. So last shooter, right? So we're going to go 5, 5, 5. Why not? Here we go. 10th and final shooter. Oh, 4, 3, 7. So that loses a quarter here, loses 15 there. So here we go, $40. That just skewed the numbers. Ace deuce, there we go. So that gets a quarter here. And most importantly, it's a great number off the bonus. There we go. Ace deuce is marked. Still looking for a point. 5, 3, 8. 8 easy. Move it to the 9. $2 star rack. Here we go. Midnight. Great number for the bonuses. Here we go. 5, 5, hard 10. Just working away. Marking numbers. We need the 6 or 9. 10 back-to-back hard 10s. See, that's how it works. See all these beautiful numbers when you're not betting them? And 437. Beep. So that loses. So we lose 22, but we get 25, so we get $3 profit. Well, let's pay this. Because we're done. That was our 10th shooter. This will lose. And let's just see. So we said the 6, 7, 8 can't lose, but it looks like we lost a little bit. 1, 2, 300. So we lost about 180 bucks. So that was going through the 10 shooters, but we also did a little bit of bonus action. So as in every video, well, not everyone, but I try to do a lot of them. What would I do? Let's make another push. So we have to throw in 555 for the bonuses. Keep us up there. Quarter on the pass line. Because if we're going to roll these, we need to have confidence in our shooter. Here we go, coming out. 415. Yep, we took the purple route this time. 415. All right, so like I said, this is like that desperation mode. So you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 reds. Quarters across. That's the only way you can dig out your hole is go big. We toss 50 in for the hard ways. So what we'll do is we'll do heavy 6 and 8, which is 15 on the 6, 8, 10 on the 4 and 10. What's our 0.5? Let's go to extra 6 and 8. Nickels are 30 each. So they go up to 60 each. We have 25, 30, 3, 4, 5, 36 in odds. So we were pretty much all in. See if we can make a magical comeback. Aces, that's a good number. We'll take it. And remember, this is just bonus roll time. 1, 3, 4. It's not a bad number. So we'll drop $1 for 50, but we'll collect 40 because we're going to keep the hard 4 for $10. This would go to the dealers. Look, where's our hard ways? Pairs, pairs, pairs. Dealer, come on, shooter. 3, 2, 5. That's great. That's a point. Pays 25 on the front. 30. 6. So 6 paid 9. So let's just pay this out. 30 pays 45. 6 pays 9. So they'll take $1 for 10. And we'll put a $5 crap check out. Puck's gonna go off. In Colorado, hardways are off unless you call them on, so we're gonna keep our hardways off. Coming out, 6, 2, 8, good decision. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a quarter on the 5, do 50 in odds. Now our hardways are back on. Mark that 8. All right, pairs, pairs, pairs. 4, 4 would be great. Oh, there we go. 6 hard. So this one's gonna pay 70. So 50, 70. We're gonna rack that. Our hardway pays 135. So what we'll do is we'll take the hard 6 to a quarter. That leaves us 125 change. So 125 up to our rack. Mark that 6. Come on, shooter. 4, 4 or ace deuce. Ace deuce. Look at that. Woo! That is the small. Depending on where you're at, sometimes they'll pay it right now, sometimes they'll pay at the end. We'll wait to the end, that's fine. All right, come on, looking for that 8, shooter. Give us an 8. 5, 1, 6, that's all right. So the hard 6 is gonna fall. That's gonna pay us 70. So what we'll do is we'll do a $10, actually $15 back on the hard 6. Oops. 55 back to our rack. Looking for that 8. Looking at that 8 shooter, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 10. 10's great. So we're dropping $1. We'll get 40. It pays 50, but we're getting 40 and replacing the hard 10. Big numbers, shooter. Big numbers. Looking for that 11 and 12. 5, 2, 7. That's okay. So all this is going to lose. And let's see if we did the redemption roll. We get 175 for the small. We needed the 9, 11, and 12. So we got 175, 200, 300, 400. We're made profit. Look at that bounce back. We got there. So we did the bonus roll 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our buy-in. So we made a little bit of profit. Like I said, the 6, 7, 8 can't lose. Sometimes you just gotta go a little further. Let's see where our profit is. 25, 50, 75, $99 profit. Tip the dealers. You had some fun. Let us know what you think of the 6, 7, 8 can't lose. But maybe if you roll a small, it helps.